Alright, so as you can see from this, it's been a little bit. I thought that I should just update this and go ahead and say that some of the videos that are on my channel already basically help you start out. I'm just gonna use a project that I've already been working on, and then I'm getting ready to release. I still need to do her Unity and etc., but that's gonna be another video. I'm gonna go over connecting clothes, weight painting, and that kind of stuff. I've already done most of it on her. I think I want to add like a bucket hat or something like that. I'm not too sure yet. So this is basically what I have for my model already. So yeah. And then I'm just gonna, do I have any tabs open for her? I don't know. Here we go. Okay. So I always keep, if you're making your model for sale, I always keep this open. I literally always have tabs for what I use, so it's super accessible to like credit or whatever. Maybe I could give it like a shoe swap or something. I don't fucking know. I could give her like that hair, maybe, or I could give her like ears or a bodysuit. But I did that like recently in a different avatar. You give her like a bikini. Did I not swap her shorts? No, I did. They're jean shorts now. I kind of like the bikini idea, so I'm gonna do that. I think I already, yep, okay. So you're gonna need WinRAR, which I'll link. And then I'm also gonna link to certain tutorials, like a more in-depth on things that I'm gonna go over in here. And obviously I don't cut anything out of my YouTube videos, because who does that? I just like to be really transparent when I make stuff in here, because it's like, how else are you gonna learn if shit's cut out? You know what I mean? Anyways, so you're gonna need WinRAR, which I'll link, and I'll link the Blender version I'm using. I'll link Jinxie so you can find assets, which I also go over in the first video. So basically, after, you're gonna click on import and you're gonna open your WinRAR, and then you're gonna find the one that has this little square, which is gonna be the FBX. I like importing with cats because it shows like the bones transparent like this. If you import not using cats, it like, what is the best way to, it like it makes them opaque, so you can't see what you're working on, which I find is more annoying than having transparent bones. So right now I'm gonna go over like sculpting, connecting bones, weight painting, that kind of stuff. So as you can see, this is already rigged, but I'm gonna like, it's not rigged to the ꞉ᴛ4ʀ base, I don't believe. I don't know what it's rigged to. Let's take a sneak peek. Yeah, it's rigged to ꞉ᴛ4ʀ base, but it's not the one I have. So because of that, I'm gonna show you like what I do. So first, I try to take off everything that I don't want to have on when it's on, or just like stuff that's in the way, like her hair, that kind of stuff. And then I go through and I get rid of bones that I don't want. This is a good explanation of like literally, what is the word? Of the bones being opaque that I was talking about earlier. So all I'm gonna do is get rid of like these leg bones down here, because these are gonna merge with the stuff that's already here. Like, it'll just merge with these because it's named the same thing. So that's how that works when you are merging things. So now I just need to hide the bones, which you can do by clicking H. H is your hide key, and then I'm gonna click on the bikini and just go into sculpt mode at the top of my screen right here. Sculpt mode. And then I use the elastic deform tool, and I try to keep it like below 100. And for most things in Blender, you can use this x-axis right here if your asset is symmetrical, so it'll sculpt both sides at the same time, like you can see right now. So what I do is I'll get like super up close and personal, and like, cause she has so much stuff, that's what's gonna happen. So basically, if you have textures on your assets, you can see that like it's moving at a low frame rate, which I know might not make sense that you like need frames for Blender, but it helps extremely when you can see what you're doing. So I always put it on this one, especially because she has like a fishnet that's covering her whole body. I want to make sure that it's not in the fishnet like it is right now. One sculpting tip that I do use is, so the closer you are to something, the less it's gonna move. So if I scroll out and then I grab this, it's gonna move more of what's in that area. So if I'm like super zoomed into this, it's gonna move a lot less. So you just kind of have to mess around with how far you need to sculpt and how far away you need to be from things. And going back and forth a lot is completely normal. Take your time doing this because this is literally how it's gonna look just by default. So I always try to, like, I sculpt somewhat fast, I'd like to say, but I know many people that sculpt a lot faster. It kind of just depends on like what's being sculpted and stuff like that. But this is like with any asset, even like a hat, which I can go over adding blend shapes to things as well in this video, though I don't need it for like the bikini over here. Okay, so here's another thing. This is not symmetrical like perfectly, so I'm gonna put this side further in and then take off X and go over here and do this itself, because the strings are not exactly symmetrical on both sides. I don't really mind doing it on both sides. It's more just like when you're first starting out, things can become unsymmetrical super fast because you're not paying attention to how it's looking, because a lot of people when they're sculpting, they're super zoomed in like this. So if I'm zoomed in like this and I'm just sculpting this out, then this side's gonna look completely different than that side, which is not what you want. But then like the back, another way to see where your mesh is to just click on this last one. So I can see it's right here, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna scroll out more, and then I'm gonna grab this from the sides and then turn and grab it from the middle and then put it back to this one. And now that like the middle is out, I can just kind of go back and lightly click my mouse over and over again until the strings are like fully out. And then like you can see again with the strings, they're not perfectly symmetrical, so I'm going to turn off X again and I'm just going to go back in and fix it. Also make sure you check out my like Gumroad and stuff, because I'm trying to switch stores, but I also like I'm waiting until Thursday to switch stores fully, and then I'm also trying to get someone to make like a code for it so it's more customized to me, because I want a store that's like that. Like, I like Road because it has a library, but I hate the fact that it's taking so many fees. Like, it's taking like $80 from me off one avatar. They take so much out of your sales compared to just like Sellify, which is 30 a month, 22 a month for a year if you do a year, and it takes 30 a month instead of Gumroad, which takes like 200 a month out of just fees, which people don't realize, I guess. I don't know, but it sucks, and I don't like it because it's taking money away from me creating more things for you guys, especially because I like making you guys free stuff a lot. So like, I need the money off my sales. Go here. Zoom in. Okay, something also happens when you're sculpting is if you already touched the vertex, you won't let you sculpt it anymore, so just close sculpt mode, go into object mode, and then go back into sculpt mode. And then just bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Okay. So now I'm just gonna go back and fix up some things I notice, whether it be like on one side or on both sides. I'm also like remaking some of my old avatars. Like Avalon's getting remade soon, literally right after my store goes up. I'm gonna try to have him up ready to go. There we go. Okay. So since I sculpted stuff out more, something I'm gonna have to do is move the bones this is attached to, because they're not where the mesh is anymore. So you'll click on your armature and then click tab. Okay. You'll click tab and then you'll highlight the bones you want to move. So I'm moving these like bow bones to where it is right now. And this one's like kind of okay, but I still want to move it like a little bit, just so it's like where it's supposed to be. Okay. And then I'm gonna click H to hide my armature again. And then I'm gonna, oh my goodness, I have the hiccups, so sorry. And then I'm gonna click X, excuse me. And I'm just gonna go back to this one. I have the hiccups still. Underwear is like, in my opinion, super easy to sculpt because you kind of just like, you have issues like this, which you just pull in, and then you go to the front and you speed tap with your mouse and it fixes it. Or like this, and then just honestly, to get better at sculpting, you just kind of have to sculpt more. I also don't want these words on here, so I'm gonna show you how to edit a mesh while we're here as well. So that's gonna be fun. Go like this, and then like that. Pull up these sides more. Okay, and then just, I'm not really worried about the letters because I'm like keeping them anyways. Also, just remember when you're sculpting to like move around because it is a 3D model, so there's way more than one angle to things, which people forget. And then things end up being left like super far away from the mesh or something, and then it doesn't look good, and then no one gets your stuff. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty good to me. So now I'm gonna go out of sculpt mode, and I'm going to click on the object and click tab. And then I'm just gonna click L on like everything on this letter, and then click like X or your delete key, and then click vertices, and then just make sure there's none like left behind, and get rid of the little extra chains. And I'm just gonna do that for every single one. Okay, so when something like this happens, kind of just have to get rid of the vertices yourself, because sometimes things are linked and like maybe they shouldn't be, but they are, so. Oh, did I have this one? Oops. I really like the clicky clack of my keyboard. Let's go through all these. Also be careful, because you can select things on the other side of your mesh, like I did. And then I would have deleted it, and then I would have had to go all the way back because I forgot about it. Okay, and then select all of the letter stuff like this. Again, I'm just clicking L while hovering over top of the vertice. So if you don't hover over it, like if I hover over here, it'll click whatever is closest, and we don't want to do that. We want to select everything that's linked to where our cursor is hovering over. So make sure I didn't select anything in front. Okay. Also, you can see literally right here, I'm pretty sure I did what I said I didn't want to do. So I'm gonna need to fix that. Is it Shift A? No, it's Control A. I mean, I could just get rid of the line. Do I want to do that? Think hard. Yeah, it's gonna be easier. Right, so now I'm just getting rid of it because it will take less time for me to do that. What I'm doing right now to click all of these selected materials or like vertices is I'm just clicking Shift Alt and then clicking on it. multiple times because there's more vertices in some places than others. I'm just clicking delete and bada bing, bada boom. Clicking delete and then clicking alt again. And then I can just, there you go. Why did this change? What? I love Blender. Why did this go back to where it was before? Alright, well, I'll just go back and pull this back forward again really quickly. I guess. That's weird. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I might have sculpted it while I was... I don't know. That's weird. I still think that's really weird. I don't know. Okay. There we go. Let me just check my pings really quickly. This is my normal Blender experience. Okay, so I've done that now. Now I need to remove the bones that I'm no longer using. So basically, just ta-da. That's basically all you have to do for that. And then what you're gonna do is turn on both armatures, right? And then you're gonna click, your cat settings will be set up like this, right? You don't want that. You want merge all bones and apply transforms. And you're gonna make sure that this armature, this green one, is your base. Basically, you want your head to be your base and then your body to be the next one you merge, which I'm not sure if I went over that in the last video. You can actually just pull it up and check right now. What am I doing? Merging armatures. Yeah, I went over it right here. Right here. Merging armatures. In that section, it like goes over it as well, so double check. But basically, we're doing the same thing we did earlier, just with closed. So I'm just gonna click merge armature. It's gonna sit here. Okay, and then those bones that were named the same thing merged here. And now anything that was parented to a bone that was named the same thing that we already had is here. What is this? I don't need this. What is this? Okay. So this is from the bikini that we added. See, because now there's 2 sets and we don't want 2 sets. So what we're gonna do, let's go into pose mode and move the boob. So the boob is attached to boob R. Now instead of getting rid of these bones since they're already weight painted, what you're gonna do is you're gonna click on the right breast and then hold shift, click on the right boob one, hit Control P, keep offset, and then do that same thing for the other side. Click on one, hold shift, click on the other bone, Control P, keep offset. And then I'm pretty sure this is parented to the chest bone, which it should be. So basically what I just did was I made it so that when this bone gets moved, the boob bone gets moved, the other one moves too, which didn't work because they're not in the same spot. If I move this down, will it work better? We're gonna see. But literally Blender is all just trial and error. See, like, because it's not weighted properly. So I don't like that. I'm going to weight it. Okay, so I'm gonna delete those bones, and then we're gonna get out of postman, and I'm gonna hide the armature. I'm gonna click on this, and I'm gonna separate anything that, I don't know why those are there. I'm gonna separate anything that has a bone, like this ribbon, this has bones. This is the way I know how to do it. I'm not saying this is like the proper and only way to do this. I just want to let people know that, because I ain't trying to have no bitches come up in my DMs being like, "Hey, you did this wrong." I don't care. So that's all I saw that really I want to move. So I'm gonna click selection. I'm gonna click P, and I'm gonna click selection, and then I'm gonna click on this, and I'm gonna go. Move my screen a little bit. I'm gonna go in here in my modifier with a wrench, open this, and click X. Add modifier, data transfer, source, click this little thing, and then just put it on the base, and then click vertex data, vertex groups, nearest face interpolated, generate data layers. Click this little drop down menu and click apply, and then put your armature back on. And then if I turn my armature on, start pose mode, and I move her boobs, they move better. Now this is, you're not done weight painting when you do that. That's just like the fastest way to weight paint. Then I would recommend going into weight paint mode, which is in your little menu up here. You're going to click on your armature and then click on your object, and then control click on any bone and just blur it. Literally just blur it all out. That's just hip dips though. Okay, so my flannel like messed up my armature. So what I'm gonna do is re-import my armature, and then I'm gonna delete the mesh off of it, and then just make it the base. Patiently waiting. Patiently waiting. Okay. I'm gonna go back into pose mode, and now I have a hip bone. So I'm gonna, where do I have a hip bone? Hips. Ah, thank God. Okay. So all of these bones need to be parented. So I'm just gonna click on the top of each of them. And then should click on hips, Control B, keep offset. Now they're all parented. So because of that, I'm gonna redo this modifier that I just did because it didn't have a bone to weight paint to. So that's okay. So I'm just doing the same thing over again, basically, that I just did. Except now, when I click on hips, oh my god. Wow, oh my goodness. Make sure I go up her fucking crack. Our leg bones. Okay, so this is what you don't want on your underwear. So I'm just gonna use this gradient tool because it makes taking shit off way easier. Do that on this side too. Ooh, that's connected to something. What is that connected to? I have to check that out. Okay, I'm gonna stop post mode and then hide this. Start post mode. Oh, it's the whatever, that's fine. This, however, is connected to something tis not supposed to be connected to. So basically, when something is weighted to something else, you'll be able to tell because it won't move properly with the bone. And I'm gonna explain what I mean by that. I think it's weighted to this, it looks like, because that's not on here. So basically what it'll do is what I just showed you. See how now it's moving like with the leg, and before, if I put this bone back and then I just okay, put it back. Okay, and then I click on the leg bone and I move it. No, and I move it. You can see that it doesn't move fully with the bone. That's because it's weighted to something else, which it was weighted to this leg bone that's here for some reason. So I'm gonna get rid of that. And like I showed, I just now it's all fixed. This is always really important to check this stuff before you export your model, because if you export it and then it's like not good, you know, that's kind of, that'd be funny. That's basically it. Now you just export your model, but I'm gonna add materials to this. Oh, I need to, okay, so after you've done that, right, you merge back together because brain is not braining because you've already weight painted it. Blue. There's gotta be something that I just made blue. Did I make? No, that's white. Okay. And then I tend to not care about adding normals in Blender unless I'm doing a render, because I don't really think you need it. There we go. And then I name all my stuff in caps so that I can read it because my eyeballs are bad. I'll just take the underwear off for that. Okay, so this is something else that you should take into account. Toggles. So because I want it so that the underwear can come off but the bra can stay on, I'm gonna separate it, and then I'm just gonna call one bikini bottom. Bikini bottom, SpongeBob. Okay, anyways, so that's what I'm gonna do for that, so that I can toggle them off with the shorts like this, and then you can have your hairs. Yeah, that's yeah, basically that's. Then you never ever export using cats, like, ever. I don't know why, it just hates you, so it breaks your model. Also, when you go to export, I don't know if you need to do this, but I always do Alt-H, which unhides literally everything, so be careful doing that. Don't want to crash your Blender. And then, oh, I should double check this really quickly. Make sure we're not weighted. Any fingers? Doesn't look like it. Are we weighted to the wrist? Because it fits over her hand already, so I just don't want Abby issues ×3. Anyways, so then I'm gonna export it as a FBX into the folder that I make. I make folders for all my models now because it's way more convenient and organized. So that's exporting. While that's exporting, what you're gonna do is open up that nice little folder you made. I already have some textures in here, but those are just the modified ones that I've made from the original. Oh, I don't know where that's saved because it's a base texture, is it not? No, it's not a base texture. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I wanna move this over here. There should be one somewhere. Here we go. Face texture. Great. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do for her tattoos is maybe just leave her plain. I don't really like having models that have tattoos because, like, if you want to add them, you can add them, but I know a lot of people don't know how to take them away, so that's why I try not to do that. But basically, all I do is go through all this shit, which comes with it. Because I'm gonna have... Jesus fuck. I'm going to have texture swaps for her and like a hue shift. So I'm just trying to give as many options as possible, basically. And then I can close this. And then the other one, that's for the base. I can close that because I literally have so many folders with that fucking base texture. Actually, I might buy one from Sick. Well, she's making me stuff already, so... Need this stuff. I don't really think I need the emission map. I mean, I don't think I need it. And then I'll take the normal map. I do put on normal maps in Unity because it does make stuff look better in game, and I think that's really important. All white, anxiety print, bad mood, Black Tommy. Did I used to? Okay, and then normal. And then this is the metallic map. Did I not just separate it? No, there's a map. That's goofy. Okay, whatever. Okay, and then I can close this. Thunder tops. Great. Texture maps. Let's get. I didn't end up using this, I don't think. Did I? Bandage top. No, I didn't. I used Wen's bandages because they're so good. Please go buy her shit. Please, 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 please. Most of it is free anyways, but literally it's so, like her stuff is just literally, I believe, is super high quality. Do I already have it in here? Y'all see it in here? Because I don't see it in here. What is this trying to replace? Normal? Oh. What is this the normal for? The shirt? Shirt normal. Let's rename it. What is it normal for? It looks like it's the normal for the shirt and stuff. Normal. So I'm going to rename it. Normal for outfit. And then I can just yoink. Great. And then I can close that. I don't need that. I don't need that open. I do need this open. And then I need the normal. And then do I already have that in there? Shorts black, shorts white. Yes. Okay, and then leg chain is literally just metal. Half up, half down. Right, yep, okay. And then I just need all of these textures, quite literally. Alright, there you go. And then you've closed all of your WinRARs. Because, what was I literally just talking about? Anyways, I'm gonna open Unity and open up my project one. I'm gonna end this here because this is just gonna be me importing it, and it's gonna be a Unity video and not a Blender video. But I will literally see you when I continue this in Unity.